Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here because I did my first impressions on this, but a couple of you guys have asked me to come back and do a full review on it. So rather than just doing a standard full review, I'm going to do a comparison video, and this is going to be between Tom Ford's Black Orchid Parfum and Black Orchid EDP. Because, in fact, these two have a lot in common, but they do have some things that maybe they don't have that are exactly the same. Let's talk about it. So let's start with the scent. The difference is the parfum. It's a little boozier. It's a little bit more wearable. It's lighter. It's something that you can actually wear in the daytime. It's still pretty bold, but I feel like I can pick up the ylang ylang a little bit more in the parfum than I can in the EDP. It's just brighter, and I just don't feel like it's as, let's call it pungent, as the EDP. Does it still have the wow factor? Yeah, this is obviously still going to be a jaw dropper, guys. The Black Orchid line, I have a couple from the line. I have these two, Velvet Orchid and Orchid Soleil, and I love them all. They're all jaw droppers to me. This one is just a little bit different just because, again, it's got the boozy accord, and I feel like I can just pick up the ylang ylang more in this than I can in the EDP. It's just a brighter, more wearable scent that I just don't see it like being used for the same occasions as the EDP. As crazy as that sound, can you? Yes, but this has more wearability. So let's talk about performance, because that's kind of what I want to hit on a little bit harder. In terms of projection between these two, I get like maybe 2-ish hours of projection from the parfum before it starts getting a little closer. I get more close to like the 4-hour mark with the EDP personally, and the EDP sillage just goes all day. This one gets pretty decent sillage, but honestly, I get better performance from the EDP. And I know parfum sounds like it's just going to be a heavily concentrated fragrance, but I don't get the monster projection. Again, it's good projection. It's just not as good as the EDP. And in terms of longevity, I get between 7 and 8 hours. So at the 7-hour mark, it's basically a skin scent with the parfum. I get well over 10 hours with the EDP. Why? I don't know. It could be because the EDP is an older bottle. It could be a lot of things, but realistically, I wouldn't personally expect the same performance from the parfum as the EDP, because that's not what I've been getting. And I've tried this consistently. And again, it's a great smell, and you're gonna get good performance for a designer fragrance, but it just can't compete with this guy. Like, this is just strong juice. It's a beast. It's always been a beast, and it's polarizing. Don't get me wrong. It's polarizing, so maybe it being a beast may not be as good. This is not as polarizing. This is more wearable, and being more wearable means it's going to be more of a people pleaser. Again, not everyone's going to like it, but in my opinion, there's going to be more people that like this fragrance than there are that like the EDP. That's my personal opinion. If you smell both, to be completely honest, I feel like you will agree. This is strong and aggressive and dark. I like it like that. And this is like a boss bee kind of fragrance. You know, a boss could also wear this, but she could wear it day, night, anytime. This is more of a signature scent, in my opinion, than the EDP. The EDP is more of like a special occasion fragrance. So let's talk about who can wear each one. They're both 100% gender neutral in my book. I don't think younger people are going to enjoy this. This is a very strong scent. Both of them are. This just isn't as aggressive as the other one, to my nose. In terms of wear, I think you can pretty much wear this anytime, any place. I wouldn't hesitate to wear this during the day, all year round. Maybe not dead heat of the summer, but you could pull it off. Just as long as you don't live in a humid environment. I think like I could pull it off in the summer. I'm gonna be honest, I have worn it in high heat and it still smells really good. I wouldn't do that with this. This is a fall winter fragrance to me in terms of the EDP. It's too pungent and too dark to wear to me in the summer or spring, unless you're gonna wear it in the evening at a formal occasion. This you can wear formally or casually. I mean, I would reserve it for like, you know, evenings out, things like that. Maybe like a day out, like a brunch, something like that. I probably wouldn't wear it like to the park. I don't know if anyone would actually wear that to the park. I'm not sure if that would ever be a question, just saying. But I think that it's just gonna be a lot more versatile than the EDP. They're really similar. The EDP is just darker and louder and more long lasting to me. That being said, I think some people that don't like the EDP are actually going to like the Parfum because to me it's not as abrasive. So that might make it more wearable for more people. To be honest, like if you didn't like the EDP, get yourself into a Macy's, a Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, smell the Parfum. I think you may actually like it a lot more. It's just brighter to me and it's just more wearable. So if you didn't find the EDP wearable, this is your chance to pick one up that you actually like. To me, out of the 4 that I have, that I mentioned, this is the most wearable. I mean, I like them all and I think they all have their occasions. Like obviously Orchid Soleil is my go-to brunch scent because it's perfect. And I have a vintage bottle. I have gotten really lucky on my eBay bottle so far. That one is like a really old one and it performs like a beast. But that's beside the point. That's my brunch scent. So this is just like one, this is an easy dumb reach. Like this is probably my fanciest dumb reach fragrance, but it's an easy dumb reach, which is not that easy to find in the Black Orchid collection because Black Orchid tends to be really polarizing. So we touched on seasons. Again, I honestly think you really can't go wrong with this, whereas the EDP, you have to wear it in cold weather or in the evening in a climate controlled environment at a formal event. You could wear the EDP to work, but I honestly think you could probably offend a lot more people than you would by wearing the Parfum, which is really not a very offensive fragrance. Yeah, I would imagine that a boozy note would actually make you think, you know, this is probably more offensive, but it's really not. It's just lighter, brighter, and it's just a very beautiful fragrance. Again, I still think either one could be worn by men or women. I think this one is actually advertises unisex. This one smells more unisex to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. To me, if you have the EDP, I've already said this, I'm gonna stick with this. You don't really need to buy the Parfum because they are similar. But if you don't and you want to try something in the line, try them both before you decide on one because they're not exactly the same. I feel okay having both. I don't feel like for me it's redundant because again, I really like the line. It's a very bold line. This is probably the least bold, I think. And I just think this one, if you want to pick a people pleaser in this line, I think it's this one. I really like it and I don't feel like anyone isn't going to like it, personally. Compliments, guys, you know, things are still shut down, so I'm not really able to pull compliments as much these days. Like, it's gotta be a really loud fragrance, but I do think once you're being able to go places again, this will be a compliment getter, because again, I think it's more of a people pleaser than any of the other ones in the line. And I think that this one isn't gonna be as polarizing, because even Orchid Soleil, like, not everyone's gonna like tuberose, right? This one, just such an easy wear. And price, well, this one is still the most expensive. I did get it on a discounter for around $160 from fragrance.ca, which is good for this right now because this is a 100 ml bottle. But if you were to get it retail, it's obviously going to be more than the EDP. And the EDP on discounters is actually really affordable right now. So is it worth the price? Do not blind buy this. Honestly, go into a retail department store and get your nose on it. I would not blind buy this fragrance. I wouldn't blind buy anything from the Black Orchid line. I think that would be a very silly mistake. As always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Throw any questions that you have in the box down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.